Hello and welcome to Sustainability Stories podcast. I'm Tiffany McGrath and today we're broadcasting live from the Responsible Hoteliers Summit in Anantara Hotel, downtown Dubai. In the summit, we're discussing a lot about certifications and the role it plays in hospitality and the responsible hospitality movement. So today I have with me here Frankie from Sustainability Hive, the Green Key national operator in Qatar. And we'll be talking briefly about Green Key certifications. What is Green Key? How can you get a certification and what is the process? So thank you very much, Frankie, for joining me.
Thank you, Tiffany, for having me, first of all. I'm enjoying my time here at the summit. So I am the manager. I go through the sustainable operations.
You find a lot of hotels want Green Key certifications. Just walk us through the process of certifying. What do they need to do? Step one.
Green Key is worldwide, first of all. So every hotel that would like to join the Green Key will have to contact their national operators. This is why I'm the national operator for Qatar with Sustainability Hive. So it's a very easy process. So you would apply, you would go through an application form and you will have to apply some documents, many documents, a lot of data, a lot of reports. And then once you're ready, you'll have an audit, an on-site audit. This certificate is valid for 1 year and then you renew it every coming up year.
Right. And so does a hotel, I think with certifications, they get a little nervous about, oh my goodness, I have to be perfect, I have to be perfect. So if I'm not perfect now, do I have to be perfect or can I grow through the certification or how does it work over the years? Is it a one-shot tick box, I'm done?
No, it's not a one-shot tick box. We wish it could be that easy, but it's not. We're not looking for perfect. I mean, being sustainable, it's a long, challenging process. So it can't happen overnight, but it's not impossible to reach. So what we're looking for is putting your foot in the door, taking that first step, collecting the data, and so you know where you stand. So with Green Key, it's very easy because you can do a self-assessment before you apply.
Right.
So you know exactly where you're standing. So once you've got to that point, you can see the set of criteria. You'd have to go through all the imperatives. So it's 100%. So you can't, it's not in stages. So it's all or nothing for the first year. And then you'd get on percentage with the guidelines each coming year. Right. So with a self-assessment, it's very easy just to get an understanding if you actually are ready to proceed or if you need to work on something before you take the next step.
So imperative criteria. So a hotel will get a list of items they need to do and anything that's imperative, they have to do.
Yes.
And then if they don't do it, you'll let them know to work on it.
Yes.
Before they then get audited.
What happens is, Tiffany, the imperative criteria are divided into sections. So you'd have the admin section, the guest section, you'd have all the data, so the waste amount you produce, the water, the energy, carbon footprint. So it's all divided in sections, and all these sections have numbered criterias, and the imperatives, you need to fill them out. During the application, you'd have the national operator who you would be talking to, and he will assist. Obviously, we cannot give the solutions, right? Because you have to do the hard work as hotel, but we are there to assist. So, you know, it's not an impossible job. You're not there alone through the process. It can be quite challenging and long depending on where you're standing. But as I say, the national operators are there. So I'll give you a quick example. If you're having trouble collecting the data or you upload these reports and there's something missing, then the national operator would inform you that that's missing. So they would ask you to resend new evidence. Right. So until you get ready. Right. And the auditor, once he's coming on site, he will review all the documents and you have chances to resend after 3 months the new evidence. So you don't fail straight away, but only up an amount of numbers. So you can't have too many
outstanding items.
Yes, outstanding items, correct.
And so in the first year, you have to go and have all of these imperative criteria done. And then so the next year, you then can get into the secondary set of guidelines.
Yes, so once you achieved all the imperative ones, the auditor's happy. So what's written on the documents is actually being implemented in the hotel. The hotel will then receive the award, which is valid for 1 year. And then you would have to renew it on the second year. This is where the guidelines come in, because Green Key is all about continuous growth. So when you get these certificates, it's not about ticking the box and sticking it on the wall and said, yes, now we have the award, we're brilliant, no need to work on anything else. So you always need to improve and look where you're lacking on certain areas and try to improve. So this is where the guidelines come in. And for each year that you apply again for the Green Key, then you'd have to add a set number of guidelines. So in the second year it would be 5%, then it would go up to 10, 15 and 20. So that gives you the challenge to keep on stepping up the ladder and decreasing all the carbon emissions, for example, or the waste. And
so that's a good way to keep the property growing, because as you said in the beginning, you can't be expected to do it all at once. And so a lot of properties going through Green Key at the moment as a certification process. And do you find that it's well received and hotels want to be certified? Are there any challenges you feel they face?
Well, most of the hotels are now obviously looking for a certification, and depending on the brand standards as well, depending on the hotels, on the chains, they don't all go for Green Key. There's many. I mean, I'm representing Green Key, but there are many. So there's a vast choice that you can go through. It's important because it helps you as well understand with the staff where you're standing as the hotel. So when we talk about sustainable, we never really know where to start. What are we looking? This data, the collection, we're talking about net zero 2050, the carbon emissions. It's all really down to basics. So you try to figure out where you're standing, what are you going to do for it, and collect the data. That is the easiest way to improve it, to become sustainable. Because how can you reduce or grow if you don't know where you're standing? So the data is boring, I understand, but it's a very effective way to know where you are and to grow from there.
And so how a hotel looks up Green Key online, finds their nearest operator, contacts them if they want to become certified.
Yes, so it's very easy. They go online. It's greenkey@fee.global, and they will get back to you and redirect to the national operators depending on the region. And then you can start the whole process, but they can feel free to go on the website, Green Key, check on the first page, the self-assessment. There's all the links to all the steps and the procedures. So just to get a quick insight of what it is and what you'd be stepping yourself up to. And then it all goes from there.
Fantastic. Well, you know what? I feel so much better because I do find that certifications are a minefield, and it always seems so daunting to even start. So the fact that there's some support out there, and as you said, starting is the first step, actually.
Yes.
So thank you very much for your time, Frankie.
Thank
it's
you,
been wonderful
Tiffany.
for that
Thank
clarity,
you.
really helpful. And thank you for listening. I hope that was helpful, and find more about certifications in the years to come. Thank you.
Thank you so much for listening to us, and we're always welcome for feedback. Any questions, head on to Sustainability Kiosk. This is Sustainability Stories podcast, sponsored by Sustainability Kiosk.